Hello everyone, thank you for joining me for our first class in this new Stability Flow course. Today we were working on rooting in the flow state, and we did so by activating our hands and our feet. Our big toe, our baby toe, our heels, the index finger, the thumb, the knuckles, the four corners of the palms, the four corners of the feet. Now, why is that essential as the first step in our flow? We start from the ground up, and we start with that beautiful stable connection. And we need that stable connection throughout the flow, whatever we do. What happens if we lose that connection? We lose our stability, we lose our balance, we lose the integrity and the alignment in our body. So, as creative as the flow is, as dynamic as the flow state is, we must never give up our ground. Our ground is the discipline that we're working from. And we need this for three reasons. The first one is, when we're working from the ground up, when we're stacking our body in alignment from the ground up, starting with the feet, the whole chain of muscles gets active, and we finish with the hands. So there's engagement, whatever posture we're in. We're in extended mountain pose, we're in warrior 3 or peak pose today, we are in a chaturanga. So we've got that beautiful head to toe engagement. So every part of the body is grounded through the hands, through the feet. That's the first reason. The second reason is our hands and our feet show us, by their activation, they keep the space in the body, the joints, open. So they show us the range of mobility. We are constantly moving in the activation of our hands, and if we do this, we've suddenly realized we've closed the space and we've lost the engagement, we've lost the tone in the fingers. I wanted to use another word there. So the hands, the active elbows, the active shoulders, they tell us the story of our body, they tell us the space of our body. And whenever we try, we mentally, because physically our bodies have a certain intelligence that we should trust, we mentally try to go into a different space that's not aligned, and then we lose that beautiful line of force. So what we need to do is follow the integrity of the feet, the hands, that activate the legs, the arms, pelvic floor, breastbone, shoulders and neck, activating the spine. Whenever one of these elements is not toned, is not empowered, then the other ones will close. So they show us in their activation the space we're moving around. And we're working in our alignment constantly. And the third reason is, and it's connected to the second, they are our brakes. They're the first red flag that goes when something is misaligned. So, for example, at the beginning we were in chair, focusing on shifting the center of gravity forwards. If the back foot disengages, then the front foot will have to take more weight. So, in a way, it's the back foot pushing a brake on the front foot. This is, and it brings it into misalignment. The same in warrior 1. If we don't have the back foot engaged, then the front foot will take a lot more weight. So when either one foot or one hand becomes disengaged, it's telling us you've gone too far. You need to come to a place of stability. You need to come to your ground. You need to connect to it, and you need to connect to it wholly. There are no half measures there. There's not, oh, I'm only going to root down through 2 corners, not 4. Or I'm only going to root down through my through the butt of my hand, because this is generally what happens. We need both the knuckles, the butt of the hand, the thumb and the index finger working fully. The other fingers as well pressing, but the index finger and the thumb are exactly like the heel and the big toe. They form an arch. So it's for these 3 reasons. The first one is alignment. The second one is mobility, space. And the third one is preventing misalignment. So all we have to do in the flow state is be mindful of these 2 elements, the hands and the feet. And we need to flow wherever they take us in their engagement, in their stability, in their mobility, and in their flexibility. And what will happen is we are constantly be adaptable in our flow state. And by being adaptable in our flow state, I'm not saying, I'm not talking about the acrobatic postures that we can do. Step by step, those will come too. I'm talking about us being able to move up, down, left, right, up, down, left, right, front and back. So all of the range of movement that is necessary for us when we live our lives off the mat, the rest 10, 15 hours a day, that's when we need adaptability most. So what can be more valuable than to be grounded in this state of adaptability constantly in our conscious waking life? To me, it's invaluable, and it always starts from the ground up. And the moment I become aware of the ground, the moment I become aware of the flow, my body flowing around its center of gravity, I make sure whatever I do, I stay grounded, never letting any of the 4 corners come off the ground. And whatever happens, there's the ground beneath me, and the ground is the one supporting me. And then at the end of the day, as was our meditation, we are the ground. We are actually grounded in ourselves. So it starts with something very little. It's a very little, very simple thing, very uncomplicated, but it will bring us into a space of adaptability. So let me know how this week goes. You can keep on practicing this class for the next week. Tell me if you see any sort of improvement in your stability, in your mobility, your flexibility, and at the end of the day, your adaptability. Were you more adaptable to a situation than you used to? Because that's a big win. That's a real win. So that's all for me for today. Again, it was a pleasure to practice with you guys. Let me know if you have any questions below. Thanks again. I'll see you next time.